Hi, I'm Geodav, and in this video we're going to actually make a start with our little game. And what we're going to do is create a very simple game type. Now all I'm going to do here is using the new installation. Yes, I've moved everything across, as you can see here. DavCorp classes, nothing in there yet, he said. No, that's right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go down. I'm going to open up when he finds it. UT Deathmatch, and let me just switch back there. And where are we? UT game. Now the reason why I'm going to quickly show you UT game is because in the default properties we have all these lovely little things like the HUD, the bot, the pawn, player controller, player replication info, game replication, all these sorts of things. Default inventory, looks interesting, and of course the default map prefixes. Now I think I might be a good idea to come back and, well, we'll leave it that for the moment. Alright, so what I'm going to do is jump back here. Now I know I said that we were going to look at the deathmatch, but there's me just going all over the shop at the moment. Back into the Windows Editor, Windows Explorer. Go back up to the deathmatch, and he finds it again. Just copy it, paste it into our DavCorp classes folder. Now straight away, because I keep on forgetting to do this, remove the right protect. It saves us getting embarrassed. And we're going to change the name to Geo Deathmatch. Now obviously you're not going to use that name. Well, I hope not. Be proud if you do, but it's not really necessary. So what we're going to do here, just open this up. Now if you've never seen context before, watch my UT3 videos. I think I've done a complete video explaining about context, so go watch that. It's the text editor I use when playing around with anything dealing with UDK, UT3, whatever. Now what we've got to do here first, I said we're going to extend off the deathmatch class. So all I'm going to do is copy, paste that in there. Bob's your uncle. Not quite. The class name has to be the same as the file name. So, because we don't want UT Deathmatch extending UT Deathmatch, because it won't like that. Trust me. Now, don't know what. First time I've seen that for a long time. Anyway, let's carry on. So what we're going to do is see all this stuff. Well, it's all declared in the UT Deathmatch game or game type, so we'll just get rid of that. Same goes for this stuff here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that because I don't need it. Now this is where for us it might become a little bit important. Now if I quickly go back to UT game, you can see that the default map prefixes are set to DM, capture the flag, vehicle capture the flag. We might have to come back and add a sort of line here, but as you can see we've got a number missing. So we'll go for number 2 and we'll just put map prefixes, change that to a 2, and we're going to change our map prefix to, yeah, you guessed it, Geo, and say, yep, we're done. You thought I'm being realistic here, don't you? Well, we're far from done. I could start the game up half a dozen of times showing you everything that goes wrong if you don't follow this procedure, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to try and save time on this one. So all I'm going to do is tell you exactly what you should be doing. Alright, we'll go back into the Windows Explorer. Now we could compile this, well, yeah, okay then. Let's very quickly go down here start the editor, and we'll compile the game. Scripts are outdated, you want to rebuild now. Yes please, off you go. And jobs are good. Are we there yet? Far from it. You haven't even hit first base. Right, because what happens, because this setup is actually designed for people to make their own games, it also means you have to do quite a bit of work yourself. Now that means straight away we've got our deathmatch, and it's compiled, but we haven't got an ini entry for the deathmatch. Now I know I said in the first video we edited the default ini files. When you're testing, do yourself a favour, edit the UT files, UT ini files, because if you make a mistake you can delete all them, restart the game, and it'll make new ones from the default ones. Once you know everything's running fine, then you can copy your entry from the UT inis into the default, or you do what I will be doing later, and I make a complete text file with all the entries to all the files that I change or add to. So alright, stop burbling. Let's open the UT game, go on to search, and we'll type in here deathmatch, because we're looking for the deathmatch entry. Yeah, it's up there. Keep going. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going, and this is the one we want down here. How do I know? Because I've seen this so many times now. So all we have to do is go in there, copy, go all the way down to the bottom, and then on top of the ini version. It might work if you put it underneath, but I always like to put it on top of the ini version, so that's right at the bottom. Now obviously what we're going to have to do here is change this to Geo. So you got the Geo Deathmatch, UT UI Data Provider, blah 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 blah. Now where is it? It's in Dav Corp, and yet again change that to Geo, so we're happy. Now what we can change in the near future, and hopefully we'll get there sooner than later, we will change the preview image markup. At the moment it is set to the deathmatch picture, so when you click on it in the menu you get the deathmatch picture. But we'll just go one step at a time. We'll leave the default map to DM deck, because we extended the deathmatch from the deathmatch game type, so we can still use any of the deathmatch maps. We'll leave the prefixes and the option sets and all the other stuff as it is for the moment. Okay, so class file, ini entry. Save that. Speichern in German. Alright, are we there yet? You are going to hate me saying that by the end of these videos. Why? Because unless you've got kids yourself and you've been on a long journey, you will have heard are we there yet? Probably just as you leave the driveway. Right, now stop burbling, and the next thing we have to do, so that our game type is actually shown in the menus, we have to we have to add entries to a so-called localization file. UDK comes with the international, that's INT. Now the one that we need at the moment is the UT game int. So I'll just click open that. Now as you can tell I've had this open before, and I'll go all the way back up to the top. You can see here some quite interesting entries when you zip down there, but all we're going to do is, yes, been there before, I've recorded this video umpteen times now, my sound keeps on going wonky. Anyway, let's go find the deathmatch entries. Oh, team deathmatch, UT team game, it's got a deathmatch, no, oh look, here, just here, look at this, UT deathmatch, description, game name, Ender rules, templates, blah blah blah. Right, we'll take a copy of that. So copy was all the way down to the bottom. Down to the bottom, he said. Now what we're going to do here, now you can see these lovely little bits here. Now if it's got a semicolon in front of it, it doesn't read it. So it's like you can put in annotations, captions, whatever. So what we're going to do, well what I'm going to do, is a semicolon, lots of backspaces, no, backslash, that's what I was looking for. Yeah. I'm just going to put DavCorp in there. So we're going to put all our DavCorp entries that we need below there. So just quickly go paste. Now we obviously change the name, Geo, or whatever you're using. Change that. No, we don't want to delete the D. Behave yourself. Change that to Geo. Are we there? Very, very close. Very, very close. This is something that we are missing. Now, I'm not going to go hunting all through this massive file. So what I'm going to do, yet again, now we don't want Geo Deathmatch. Don't want to look for that. We want to look for that. And we want to click on from the top. Beware. That's caught me out a few times. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we were there earlier. Go for the next one. Magnifying glass with a little arrow. Yeah, go for the next one. Go for the next one. Oh, no, not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. Here we go. Quite interesting. Little caption. UT3 game modes. And what we've got here, another deathmatch entry. Trust me, you're going to need it. So what we do, just copy. Go all the way to the bottom. Get in here somewhere, make a space, paste it in there. Now change this obviously to what? Yeah, you guessed it. Geo Deathmatch. So you've got UT there. Very similar to what's in the ini file, but this time you've got something called a friendly name. Now if it's if you got something like this and it says friendly name, you can guarantee, well I won't say guarantee, but nearly 100% it's going to be something to do with the menu or the HUD. Okay, so we're just going to change that to Geo, and guess what? We're done. So what we're going to do now is just close this down, start the game, as I said, start the game, here we go, hope and hope and hope and let's hope I haven't missed anything out this time. Now click on instant action. Look, there we go. Geo Deathmatch. Click on that. We still can select the deathmatch type games. And obviously you've got the deathmatch settings. So that is us done for this one. Now let me just remind you. If you don't do the ini entries, yeah, if you don't do, let's get it up, if you don't do these, you won't see that. You might see a grey bar if you click on it, and if you go down, see that the picture's changing, we go back to the deathmatch because that's what we've set in the ini file. Okay, ini file for the picture, text in the int localization file, and we'll leave it at that for now. Okay, so the next video hopefully will be doing a map for our game type, and we'll just move on from there bit by bit. Okay, see you soon.